Hi, Anthony Ogogo here, founder of Ogogo Fitness. And in this video, we talk to one of my girls, Hayley. Now, Hayley's lost almost 30 pounds in 7 months, but way more than the weight. She's transformed her entire life. She's gone from somebody who eats biscuits after biscuits after biscuits to somebody that wakes up at 4:30 in the morning, wakes up at 4 in the morning, in the gym at 4:30 in the morning, totally her choice, and she's transformed her life. I'm not saying you gotta wake up at 4:30 in the morning. That's her choice, right? Hayley's a mother. She has 2 kids under the age of 3. She's a wife. She works as well. Actually, her first week starting with us was her first week back at work after maternity leave. Her husband's grandmother lives next door. She's in her 90s. She looks after her as well. Hayley's crazy busy, right? But she got to a point in her life, and this is what a lot of mothers, a lot of women get to. A lot of women, they give out. They give out to their kids, their partners, their friends. They give out, they give out, they give out. And if they don't put back in, they give out. And Hayley was almost at that point. And I'm not going to ruin her story. You can hear it from her own mouth. Tremendous story. Transformed her life in 7 months. She couldn't run. She couldn't jog for 2 minutes before we started. She's now training for a 10K, right? Whilst raising a family, whilst working, whilst being the best mother and the best wife she could possibly be. So I hope elements of this story resonate with you and understand that Hayley made the decision 7 months ago to be better. And now, as you'll hear from her say herself, she is better. And you are potentially one decision away from transforming your life just like Hayley's. So check out the video. Hope you enjoy it. It's a good one. Hayley Stokes, how are you?
Great.
You look
Yeah,
great.
we're good.
So let me, off the bat, I'm going to say this. From all the journeys I've been involved in my life, I've been doing this for a long, long time. Yours truly, and you know this, yours truly has been one of the most transformational journeys I've ever been involved in. And it almost never happened. You almost talked yourself out of it.
Yeah.
We're going to come to that a bit later. There's a thing about the thing. The thing is the weight, right? Yes, you've lost a bunch of weight. Yes. It's so much more than the weight. You embody everything. When I say it's not the thing, it's the thing about the thing, you come to my mind every single time because you've just done so much more than to lose a bunch of weight. With that being said, how much weight have you lost? What were you when you started? What are you now? Well, how are things going?
So as of July last summer, it was 2025, 74 kilograms, which was, my bigger weight that I've had, having 2 kids, I was, up there. And then as of February 26th, I am 63 kilos, 63 kilos.
You were 74 kilograms, 11 stone 9, 163 pounds. The first 12 weeks, so go on, you lost 10 kilograms, 64 kilograms, 10 stone 1, 141 pounds. And you've lost more weight after those first 12 weeks. We're now month 7 and a bit, and you're now in the performance phase. Let's focus on these first 6 months. We'll touch upon what you're doing now a bit later. Wow, unbelievable. Unbelievable. And like I said, it's not just the weight, it's everything else. It's the times you work out, right? You are a mother. You are a wife. You work as well. You've got everything against you from doing this. And I guess what the first question I want to ask you is this, like a lot of women, like a lot of mums find, they always give out. They give to their husbands or their partners, their kids, their families. Was there a breaking point where you're like, no, I've got to do something for myself now. This is for me.
Do you know, I'd had my year on my maternity. I'd had my maternity year. It was coming to the end, and I'd had a great year. Second baby, it was much better than my first year, but with it, I let myself go, and you pick your battles. You're a bit hungry, I'll have a biscuit. You don't necessarily feed yourself how you should be. And it was kind of, I'd put on my work uniform, ready to go back to work, and I was like, oh, that really doesn't fit very well. And then, it kind of floated around Instagram, and obviously sort of my algorithms were picking up. Like I was looking into, what can I do? I tried a few things, wasn't really working. And then you popped up. And the rest is history.
As if by magic. I'm sure when you're slamming your med ball at 5 a.m, sometimes you curse the day when you responded to an Instagram.
No, I don't. I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason, and for whatever reason, I literally still remember where I was sat in the house when the little message popped up, and I was like, oh, kind of like shushed it away, um, because it really meant that I had to start dealing with my little demons of, how to get myself sorted. And then yeah, we had a lovely chat, and yeah, the rest is history.
I really wanted to work with you because something inside you said, I really want to do this. And there were some sticking points. We'll talk about that later because you did just push through, and thankfully you did. A couple of notes I want to touch upon. On our first call, you were sitting where you were sitting now. I asked you out of 10, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel about your body? 10 out of 10 being the best thing ever, 1 out of 10. And you said, the words you said were a bag of shit. You said you felt like a bag of shit. So I said, 1 out of 10, a bag of shit, 10 out of 10, the most beautiful self. Do you remember what number you said?
3.
You said 3. We had a similar chat. There was 3.5 weeks later. In 3.5 weeks, do you remember what number you said you were then?
I think a 7.
You said a 7. You did say a 7. You doubled your self-worth in less than a month. What happened in that first month for you to go from a 3 out of 10 when you looked yourself in the mirror to a 7 out of 10?
Just cracked on with it, and I kept focused on my end goal. And I think, when you lose that first bit, it ignites a fire inside that you're like, oh, okay. And it's a step into the right direction. You're like, great, this is exactly where I want to go. And obviously it drops off a little bit, and then you feel a bit frustrated about it. But actually, when you learn all the science is behind it, you're like, no, just keep going. You're gonna get there eventually. I always think of Finding Nemo with Dory, and she's like, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. And honestly, if I'm on a treadmill, if I'm doing something, and I'm like, just keep swimming, like just keep going, and you're gonna get there eventually.
And boy, have you. So fast forward a few months, right? You went from a 3 out of 10 to a 7 out of 10 in less than a month. Then we had one of our group chats before Christmas. I said, out of 10 right now, sitting here right now, a couple of days before Christmas, out of 10, you now. What did you say? Proud as punch.
I said about a 10.
Yeah, 10. And I'm honestly the pride, right? The pride in when you said that. Again, goosebumps now, just reminiscing. And what I love about you as well, like you send me lots of stuff. Like you're very vocal in your journey, and I love it. 'Cause I get to see it. And at that end, there's me and the coaching team. We get even more endeared on your journey because we see it. And you sent me the first thing you sent me, maybe 4 weeks in, maybe just after the 7 out of 10 thing. You zipped up a coat you hadn't worn before your first child was born, right?
Yeah.
And you were like, if and you started like doing this, you had like happy tears in your eyes. And that's why I do what I do. It's moments like that. That was amazing. Another time you had that little colorful dress, and the colorful dress was the dress you told me you wanted to fit in. On our first call, you said to you, can you visualize your best self? You said, I can. I said, what are you wearing? I'm wearing this particular dress. You wore that dress. You sent me a video, you in that dress, doing a little shimmy. And again, the energy. Amazing.
That particular dress, I loved it, and it cost me a lot of money, and I did not want to get rid of it. So I was like, if I can fit in that one day again, then great. I wore it for my hen do before we got married, so 5-6 years ago. And yeah, I was like, if I can fit in that, I'll be happy. So yeah, the coat and the dress were I'm just gonna try them on to see how far I am. And they fit me, and that I was flabbergasted because I didn't think I'd kind of I just couldn't see it at that point. But yeah, putting those things on kind of confirmed, yeah, you're doing well.
My favorite one, actually, the favorite picture you've sent me is when you wore the little black number you had when you went to when you and Matt went to the concert. And that was for me, when I looked and I thought, I said to you on our first call, I think you're a beautiful girl. And it broke my heart that when you were, even back when you were 3 out of 10, you saw a 3, and Matt, your husband sees them, and all your friends see so much more. It's not about what I see or you see, anybody else sees, what you see. And I want you to see what Matt sees. And I believe that picture of you in that black dress before that concert, like, that was like, that's a 10. Like, that girl's a 10. Do you tell me about that?
So I think we booked those tickets not long after I started Ogogo Fitness. And I had said to Matt at the time, I'm going to buy a really nice black dress for one, because it was in Italy, for when we go to Italy. And we were going to be in Italy for like a day, something really stupid. We're going to fly to Italy to see the show. It's going to be our big treat, as parents. And I hadn't bought the dress initially, but it was just working because I wanted to feel great. I wanted something to, I work well if I've got a goal. And, for me, it was, I want to look great in Italy. And yeah, so when I got the dress later on, I was like, oh, really excited. And yeah, I felt good in it. It felt good. It was comfy. And I was like, it makes those 4 a.m., 5 a.m. wake ups so worth it because, you get to enjoy all the hard work.
And let's talk about 4 a.m., 5 a.m. workouts, right? Because as I mentioned before, you are a mother, you are a wife, you have a job, you work. Our first week working together, you went back to work. So whilst going back to work after having a year off from maternity, whilst raising your family, you're now starting a fitness program, right? Everything like you've gone through, and you go through things on a daily basis, all the reasons why people don't focus on their health, because life is happening. And I say to people all the time, guess what? Life's always going to happen. Like life's always going to happen. Are you going to let yourself, do you not value yourself enough to like work on it to improve your life? And as we know, health is the one to amplify it in life. And let me, rather than me tell you, let me ask you, every area in your life, has it improved you losing these 20 odd, 30 pounds, whatever you've lost? Has it improved?
Oh yeah. I can't think of an area how it hasn't had a positive impact. Like if that's just, of course, it's massive impact. Like, how I am, how everything fits, happy wife, happy life, it is, yeah, positive.
Let's talk about motherhood. How, because you said to me numerous times these last 7 months, makes me a better mother, makes me a better mother. How you losing, again, so how many pounds have you actually lost? You've lost almost 30 pounds, right? How have you losing 30 pounds? How has that made you a better mother?
Because I'm happier, I feel fitter, I feel healthier. So, don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect, and I'm not saying like we don't have our day-to-day struggles, because that is life for kids. But
because you're a human being.
Yeah, totally. Like, you got to own it. Like, but I go to the gym in the morning and I've had an hour or some time to myself, and it puts me in a better mood. Like, so when you're in a better mood, you're just calmer. Or, even if the day is a disaster, it's okay because I did something for me this morning, and that's focusing on a better goal. Kids aren't little forever, but my body is mine forever. So
100%. Oh, goosebumps again. That's twice now. Goosebumps. What I said to you last July, hey, Hayley, come autumn time, you're going to be a girl that wakes up at 4 a.m. and goes and squeezes a workout in before work, before the kids, before making breakfast. What do you said to me?
I'll be like, I'm not doing it. That's not me. That's not me. I'm tapping out. But I do it and I enjoy it. Like, I'm home in the morning for 6, 6:30, whenever, and I'm in the shower and I'm getting ready, and I've won the day. At that time in the morning, what a feeling.
Talk about winning in the morning.
You win that first hour, you win the day, don't you? You've succeeded. I've done something for myself. I've set myself up. Like, well, I'm good. Let's go. And I could go to the gym later on in the day, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's busier. You don't always know what's going to happen in your day. If you have a bad day, you might get to a point and think, I can't be bothered. And if I'm allocating that first hour for me, it's done. Great. I can crack on and focus on life.
Let's talk about this one particular 24-hour period. In one day, you woke up, you had a fly up. Went to London, stopped at a pub, you had 5 glasses of Prosecco, had a burger. You went to Coldplay at Wembley Stadium.
Yeah.
You left, went straight to McDonald's before going back to the hotel. In one day, you did so much quote unquote wrong stuff. Now, as you know how I work, I don't believe there's no right or wrong. Nothing's inherently good or inherently bad when it comes to fitness. You can have anything you want, and you proved that. In one day, you did everything that most people go, oh, I fucked it. What's the point now? I fucked it. That week, I think you had a Chinese, that maybe the Friday. You had, I remember going through your diary. That week, you still lost weight that week. You still lost weight, had an amazing weekend with your husband, did all fun stuff, right? 5 glasses of Prosecco for lunch. I mean, that's some going. But you still had fun and you still lost weight. And that's the whole thing. It's like, you haven't got to live like a monk. You choose to do your 4:30 a.m. workout. You can do them later in the day if you want, but you choose to win that morning. You still got an amazing social life. You're an amazing mum, you're an amazing wife, you're a great friend, you look after your nan, you live next door. Like, you do so much, and you've been able to embark on this journey. So my question to you is, how? How do you fit it all in? How do you do it?
You just do, don't you? You know, like going to the gym in the morning. I have to say, I'm in such a routine now. Like, I go, yeah, I do probably go to bed an hour earlier because I'm getting up an hour and a bit earlier. So I don't really notice it now, you know, and you've got to live life. And me exercising for an hour in the morning doesn't stop me living. You know, we've had a wonderful Christmas. We had loads of lovely events last year, and not at any point did I go, I can't do any of that because I need to lose weight. It wasn't about that. It was, we're living life, but we're doing it. We're finding balance, and it's just better. It's just healthier. It's, yeah.
When you have the education, we've taught you as well. We've taught you that, like, you can have a McDonald's, you can have 5 glasses of Prosecco, and you haven't, quote unquote, fucked it. You know, it's a moment in your day, crack on the next day, you know, and enjoy it. One thing I do want to get across, I do want to get this across to people watching this. It's like, and I mean, I think you're a wonderful, amazing person. You know, I do. And I mean this in the nicest possible way, and I say this about myself, but there's nothing special about you. You're just a woman that got to a point, fed up of feeling stuck, and just made the decision and just committed. You've committed to yourself, you made a promise to yourself, you worked hard, and you're reaping the rewards.
I mean, my Matt said, he said something and it really stuck with me, and it still really sticks with me now. No one's coming for you. No one's going to come grab my hand and take me to the gym. You know, if I wanted it, I needed to go after it myself, and I needed to do it for me. Obviously, it impacts everyone because I'm a nice person. But I needed to do it for me. And I, you know, sometimes a bit of self-care, I think, is absolutely necessary because, you know, you need to be the driver of your own life. And we said that, you know, I want to be the driver of my own life and not be a passenger watching me exist unhappy, because why was I doing that?
The third time, goosebumps, the third time, 3 times.
So I took that wheel and I went driving.
Talk to me more about that. What do you mean by that?
I was just going through life. I wasn't being proactive with anything. So, you know, I was getting up, I was just dealing with the kids, moaning about life. I'm hungry, I'm gonna have a biscuit. Just not, you know, not looking after myself. And then I was like, oh, I've got so much baby weight on me. You know, I wasn't being proactive. So actually, when it's like, well, what can make it better? I want to lose weight, which has been in my diary for how many years? It's like, then do it. You know, what's stopping you? Let's get fitter. Like I say, wasn't necessarily about losing weight. It's just, let's get healthier. Let's feel like you're treating your body the best way it should be treated.
Because you only get one of them. Let's talk about your list. 2025, January 2025, your New Year's goals. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so every year I keep a diary, full British Jones style, and I write my New Year's resolutions at the start. Very cliche, but that's who I am. And every year it has always been, you know, for a long time, lose weight. I actually have it here. So yeah, I had number 1 was lose weight in capitals. So I wrote this January 25, so 6 months before we met.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was currently like size 14, 12 stone 2 at that point. And my goal was 10 stone. That was what I put, which I managed to hit in November last year.
Wow.
Which was, and again, I think I wrote it and I was like, I'd love to do that, but I don't think I really thought I could do it. And I did. And it was actually 9 stone 13. So yeah. And this year's is not lose weight, 2026. My first one for 2026 is continue.
By the way, we haven't prepared this. I didn't ask you to have your diaries. You just have them to hand.
I was just looking back. Run a sub 1 hour 10K. I want to run an event 10K and get real body confidence. So yeah, not lose weight. We're getting body confident.
I love that, and it brings us actually on. I wasn't going to talk about this. You've just done the first 6 months of us, right? Lost 10 kilograms in the first 12 weeks. The next 3 months have locked that weight in. That weight is now you're without. Again, I don't want to put words in your mouth. Do you even think about your weight anymore? The weight you are now, the weight that you longed to be when you wrote it in your diary. You know, you're at now. Is it hard staying there, or is it just life now?
Yeah, I think it's just life now. But like, it's more not getting hung up on numbers. It's, oh, I've got a bit of definition there. Like, I get
Mm.
excited about that now,
Oh,
not,
so I
oh,
just
I love
remembered so I just remembered something. Do you know what I'm going to say now?
yeah.
What am I going to say now?
My little video where I was like, I've got a bit of definition. I've never had definition, and I haven't. I've been
So
eight
let
stone.
me add context. I was chilling the other day. I get a video message from Hayley. She's like, "Oh, what's this one going to be?" Open the video message. There's you in the mirror, exposing your abs, going, "Oh my god, I've got an ab! I've
I
got
got
an ab."
one. I found one. Yeah, it's a good
Amazing,
moment.
amazing moment. I totally forgot about that. You've got
Do you know what?
abs.
I was feeling so ill because I was so ill, and I think I had a shower. I was just getting ready for the day, and I was stood in my bedroom, and sort of there's a mirror there, and I kind of looked, and I was like, what? Wait a minute. I sort of turned around, and I was sort of moving myself, and I was like, get my camera, and then yeah, sent it to you and Matt, and I was like, guys, I found an app.
Amazing. Perfect plan, right? You've come in, you've lost the weight, right? Your goal, as your diary just now said, and we've never spoken about this before. Your goal at the beginning was to lose weight. That's your first goal, right? And now you've lost the weight, and it's so amazing to me to say that now your goals aren't about losing weight. Now it's about pushing your body, performing, right? Performing, right? Running a 10K, getting abs, getting things. You're getting things now you didn't even ask for because the thought of you getting abs is so far removed from what you thought was reality. You didn't even ask for it. Now you're getting there. And that's what it's about. People come in, I want to lose the weight. You can either go, once you've lost the weight, you can pop off and do your own thing. Amazing. I wish you all the best. You've lost the weight, done the thing you wanted to do. Or now because you're a new person, and you are a new person, Haley, you're a person who wakes up at 4:30 in the morning, who works out, understands nutrition, got the great education around it. Now you're a different person. New Haley set a new goal, a sexy, exciting goal. Let's run the 10K and sub, whatever it may be. Amazing. Cool. And I'm just so proud of you. I really, really am. On that first call, this journey almost never happened because you almost didn't take opportunity. You didn't follow through. What was the hesitation? First part A. What second B? What made you push through and embark on this journey, even though you felt the hesitation?
I think so. Like totally honestly, like one of them was cost. For maternity, I'd had 3 months unpaid, and I think you had sort of said like, it's an investment in yourself. And I'd spoken to my other half about it, and he's like, it totally is. He was like, if you could pay this much and you're going to get the body that you want to, would you? And I was like, yeah, like of course I would. Like that is a massive investment in myself. And it was also, could I commit to it? Could I do it? Because I knew it was going to change my life, but it was, could I embrace the change? And once I was like, oh yeah, do you know what? Let's just go for it. Because like I said, I was hesitant to do it all, and I was like, if I'm doing it, I'm doing it, and I need to do it, and I need to prove to myself I can, and I will.
Last question. Anybody watching this that was you 7 or 8 months ago? I'm an Aaron, do they do it? Do they decide to do it? Some people being on the fence is like you mentioned earlier, somebody else driving your life and you're not in control of it. Get off the fence. Either come work with us or don't work with. Make a decision and be happy with the decision. What can you say to somebody who's watching this to get them off the fence either way?
I don't know, just go for it. I wish someone could have told me 10 years ago, go for it. Like it's gonna change your life. You're gonna become a better person, you're gonna be happier, clothes are gonna fit better. Like, why wouldn't you do that? I just don't get that. Why wouldn't you take 30 pounds worth of weight off your knee joints and your back and make your life easy? Why would you not just make your own life easier? And what is an hour in the morning? Not a lot. Like it's really, really not. And being even part of the Ogogo community, the Ogogo fitness community, like I love that. I'm still here and we're 7 months later because I like it. It's part of my journey now. So
Yeah.
do it, 25. Like, don't be an idiot. No one's coming for you.
Don't be it. No, that's beautiful. On that one, don't be it. Nobody's coming for you. Hayley Stokes, young lady, get to the gym, have a good workout. I'll chat to you very, very soon. I hope you enjoyed Hayley's story, and like we said in the video you just watched, nothing special about Hayley. Like, if you'd have asked her to wake up at 4:30 in the morning 8 months ago, she wouldn't have done it, but she's changed as a person. And I've watched her growth, and it's truly a beautiful thing. And your story could be just as amazing. So, if we have a call booked in the coming days, then have Hayley's story in your head. She wondered, should she do it? And she took action, and her life is genuinely unrecognizable, and yours could be the same too. So I look forward to talking to you. If we are talking, if we haven't got a call booked, book a call. Let's have a chat, and let's get you in the best shape of your life.